past 3 days, India has achieved two of the major milestones, highlighting India's increasing pace of expansion. The Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's participation in the Bastille Day parade in France, expressing India's growing global presence. Secondly, India launched its lunar mission Chandrayaan III, aiming to join the elite group of 4 nations on Earth to land on Moon. India launched Chandrayaan III to be the 4th country to achieve a soft landing on the Moon's unexplored South Pole. The spacecraft, consisting of an orbiter, lander and a rover, aims to reach the Moon on 23rd and 24th of August for a crucial data-gathering mission. Chandrayaan III represents a significant step towards India's long-term goal of establishing a protected presence and exploring the Moon as a potential outpost for deep space exploration. During a 2-day visit to France, Indian Premier attended the prestigious Bastille Day parade, symbolizing France's efforts to strengthen ties with the growing global power. The visit marked a significant milestone in the cooperation between India and France, resulting in strategic, financial, and diplomatic agreements. Before going into the details of these agreements, let's take a brief look at France's history of extending cooperation to India. 1980, when USA handed over F-16s to Pakistan amid the Russian war in Afghanistan, France sold 150 Mirage fighters to desperate India, balancing the air power. These Mirages still comprise 2 squadrons of the Indian Air Force. 1998, after India conducted nuclear tests, most of the West imposed sanctions, but France stood out as one of the few countries that did not impose sanctions on India. 2016, India's purchase of Rafale jet fighters from France aimed to enhance operational capabilities and strengthen bilateral defense ties, bringing advanced technological capabilities to modernize the Indian Air Force. India-France maintains a huge volume of financial ties. With multi-billions bilateral trade in goods, France is the 11th largest foreign investor in India. French companies have a significant presence in India, employing around 300,000 people and gathering a turnover of $20 billion. During the recent visit, where India was given the honor of attending the Bastille Day parade as a guest of honor, and the Indian military participated in the parade, there were also immense volume of agreements signed between the two countries. Important pacts including defense and the unified payment interface system between India and France. Agreements were made for the construction of submarines for the Indian Navy and the development of jet and helicopter engines, partnership for modular nuclear reactors, and an Indo-Pacific roadmap were established. Discussions focused on defense cooperation, space-based maritime domain awareness, and ensuring peace in the Indo-Pacific. The rollout of UPI in France and Europe is planned for September. Both countries are exploring cooperation in various areas, such as trade, steel, space, energy, civil nuclear and technology. The leaders aim to establish a long-term strategic partnership roadmap. Emphasis was placed on cooperation in technology supply chains, climate change and the blue economy, and the ocean governance. Discussions are ongoing for an Indo-Pacific cooperation roadmap and a development cooperation fund. Cooperation in space, including satellite services and the opening of a consulate in Marseilles, was mentioned. However, Despite the trip being significant in many areas, it has also been a disappointment for many. The world's largest contract electronics maker announced that it will not proceed with $19.4 billion joint venture with Vendetta in India. The additional Rafale fighters jets deal was not mentioned, and the discussion about the 3 Scorpion submarines was removed from the public draft of the joint sessions. Despite the critics, the positive outcomes of the Indian Premier's actions are overwhelming, apparently highlighting his focus on achieving long-term goals. In just 2 weeks, Prime Minister Modi visits to the USA, Egypt, France and the UAE are strategically setting the stage for upcoming G20 summit to be held in India in September this year. During his visits to these countries, Prime Minister Modi is actively working towards strengthening international relations and expressing India's potential as a global leader. These diplomatic efforts reflect a proactive approach in foresighting, fostering collaboration and cooperation on key global issues. Furthermore, the timing of these visits align with the Prime Minister's agenda of successfully hosting the G20 summit